Okay, I have my volume all the way up, so there should be sound. Throughout this video, this is not a silent motion picture, okay? And this is the bronzer collection video. No makeup, because I'm lazy. And I didn't get up this morning. But I sure will. No makeup today. Slackin'. So, this is the bronzer basket that's got powders and creams. I have powders set all the way off to the left, which sits towards the back of the drawer. And creams take it up over half of the basket that's set up to the front, which is the right of the basket. So, we're going to do powders first, which is the L'Oreal Paris Bronze Please. It's the shade 3. Hopefully you can still get this in stores because this is amazing. I've had this for so long and I've barely made a dent in this sucker. And I use it all the time. Like I currently have it out right now, my stash. Love it, absolutely love it. See if I can do a swatch. It's kind of like, it's like a glowy bronzer. I know it looks a little orangey, but it blends in so good on the skin. Then we have Hoola Glow from Benefit, the jumbo size. Why would you not want the jumbo size? I've seen those small things. Things are a hassle, the small ones. Here it is swatched out. They're about the same tones. Then you have Huda Beauty Glowish. And this is in 2 medium. This is a nice one too. Mine has a little bit of hard pan, but it doesn't affect how it picks up. Not for me anyway. I know some people have problems with it, but I haven't had any problems with it so far, so. Good news for me is I have a towel set out on my desk. I can just easily wipe my hand on it for the powders. And then we have Essence the Glowing Golds. It's a vitamin E baked luminous bronzer, and this is shade 1, Live Life Golden. We're trying. Gorgeous. As you can see, I be using this. It's flattened out something. I be using my powders. Look at that. You see, I do pretty good at getting the same range tones, you know? It's just the different brands, they just melt differently into the skin. And maybe one week you want this kind of this kind of blend or that kind of blend, you know? Sometimes you want different blends. And then we have Tarte Sugar Rush Sun and Fun Baked Bronzer. It's got that marble look to it. That had some kick up to it. My other ones didn't have a whole lot of kick up. And I have 5 powder bronzers all together. That's what she looks like. That's the darker one out of all of them. Is the Tarte Sugar Rush one. It's not bad. That's a pretty good shade selection. You get pretty good. I mean, that one looks a little orange, but that's okay. By the time you get everything applied on, you don't even notice it, and it looks great anyway. I have the temperature set inside to 78. To 78. That's how cold it is in here. Terrible. Okay. So, I'm going to swatch the 2 cream bronzers I have out in my stash right now, which is the Chanel La Beige bronzer. Look at it. I'm trying to use this one more because she is starting to get a little dry. She's a little less creamy than what she was when I first got it. Here's what she looks like swatched. It's gorgeous. So you'll probably be seeing this out more in my collection. Just because I like to make a dent in it or hit pan before she goes bad or dries up. I spent some money on it. But if it does dry up and go bad, even if I hit pan on it and don't get to use up the whole thing, I will repurchase because that's great. Even with the formula change up, that's fine. I never used it before the formula change up, so to me, that's fine. It doesn't matter because I like it with the formula it's at now. And then we have the ColourPop Color Stick Bronze Stick, and it's in the shade La Jolla Cove. Yeah, La Jolla Cove. Let me tell you how I like this, because this is a newer thing, and I've used it the last couple of times. I would go, it's creamy, but it does dry down pretty quick. I go one cheek, blend out, one cheek, blend out, and then I go my forehead and blend that sucker out real fast. And I blend my forehead up. That's how I do my forehead. I don't like going down because then I look like I got like something on my noggin. Like I got a cap. I got a bronze helmet on. I don't like that look, so I blend up. Like I go here and I blend that shit up. That's what I do for all my bronzers. So let me swatch this for you. But I like this though. It took me one time of using it though to figure out how to blend it out. One time. That's all it took. Look at that. That's so nice. You can tell that you gotta be quick with it. I did a light drag on it, so it wasn't heavily there. And then the other, oh, just about dropped it. The other ColourPop bronzer I have is the I'll Bet Super Shock bronzer. It's the matte one. It's cream to matte. I love this, and this is definitely a repurchase once I use this up. This won't dry out before I use this up for sure. Look at that. That's what that one looks like. That is gorgeous, isn't it? See, we're slowly making it through my collection here. By the end of the year, I will have all this filmed. And then by next year, we can do another collection. I like doing collection videos because you can do like one a year towards the end of the year, you know what I mean? And I'm about to open this and swatch it before I show you. Oops. We have the Merit Beauty Bronze Balm in the shade Clay. Look how cute that little tube is. I absolutely use this. I just seen someone on Instagram. She used a whole tube of this up and then rebought it. It took her 14 months of everyday use to use hers up. I don't know how she uses it, what contact she uses it in. Obviously as a bronzer, but it took her 14 months of everyday use. I don't know what her everyday use looks like either. Because you're talking about someone right now who is trying to get back into doing her makeup every day, right? And we all know that's been the struggle bus over here. You can't tell from my weekly Shop My Stash. There's this. This blends out so nice. I would definitely repurchase the Merit stick for sure. Oh, look how beautiful that is. That is something you definitely want for like a light natural bronze look. Then we have the NYX Wonder Stick Highlight and Contour Stick. Here's the bronze side. You can tell I used the bronzer stick on this side. And I have the shade Light Medium. That's what she looks like. It looks real dark, but let me tell you what, it's not on my skin tone. Because once you blend that puppy out, it looks great. And it looks red too. Don't be alarmed. I use this plenty And it always looks great on my skin. Like right now, because I've worked all day, and you know, I've been up for a while. Most people, one time I went in with no makeup one day, early in the morning. I worked a morning shift for like 3 to 4 years. And this woman goes, "You look dead." Thanks, ma'am. Thanks. It's my natural state. It's funny, because some people will tell me I look the same without my makeup. And I'm like, okay, thanks. They can't tell the difference. And I'm like, someone's lying and someone's telling the truth. I don't know who, but I think I know who. So I'm like, okay, no offense taken, thanks. And this is the corrector stick here. Yeah, the highlight stick. You can tell I somewhat use this side, but most of the time I forget it's there. I just use it as like, you know, what's it say it is? Highlight. I just use it as like a color corrector because it's a little bit yellow. So I just use it as a corrector for these under eye bags. I'm into it now, so you know. Not into the bags, but into the color corrector. It's always in the bags. So then we have the Wet n Wild. It is the contour stick here, and it's in this shade, Oaks on You. I use this quite a bit too, but it looks like I've made no progress. There's Oaks on You. I think it's funny, this looks so red on the skin, but it blends out so nice and pretty, and you couldn't even tell. But there is Oaks on You. Alright, let me clean off some of these swatches. Alright, dry off my hand. Use my jacket. It makes sense. It is a dry jacket, so it'll dry down pretty good. Alright. Then we have the LYS little bronzer stick, and this is in the shade Motivate? No Limits Motivate? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's a big name for a bronzer stick. You have to be very careful. Look, there's some usage on this. I don't gravitate for it too much because you have to be very gentle, because it will fall apart. She's fragile. It's swatched and blended. Very pretty. And we have Rare Beauty, which I waited forever for this to come in stock, by the way. Forever and a decade. And this is in the shade Power Boost. I think this ever will come in stock in my shade. And this is okay. It's not too bad, but it's not like the greatest bronzer, but it is good. It's 50-50 for me. That's what she looks like blended out. Almost couldn't tell apart from the LYS. And then we have the contour one from Charlotte Tilbury. And I have the shade, what shade do I have? Oh, I can't read. The medium deep, because the light one would have been too light, and she only has 2 shades. I'm like, what are you doing to me? It's my face in the store. But some taps of this, and it's great. You would think, oh, it's gonna be too dark. Look at your skin. No, I only look like this right now because I'm starting to warm up. But this is fantastic. I'm halfway through this tube. And you'll see what I'm talking about once I do clean off the squeegee thing. So I don't want it to get clogged up in there. And you're probably like, oh, it's a waste of product. Not on my end, because I'm still getting my use out of this. I've had this for quite a bit, but this is how much I've used out of this tube. But that doesn't tell you how much I like it. And you guys have never noticed my bronzer being too dark when I use this, right? Right? So, it's doable. Here she is swatched. And then you just blend it out. Not that bad, see? Look at what I'm talking about. Not too shabby. Yeah. Normal blending. And then you're like, damn, okay, you ain't wrong, right? Plus then I powder after I'm done with my bronzer and blush. And then it's like perfect. So then if I would have gone for the lighter shade, I would have been like, oh, where'd he go? Terrible. Got 4 more left. So then we have Jaclyn Hill cream bronzer in the shade Navy. Which, let me tell you what, Jaclyn cannot stay out of controversy to save her life. Same thing with Jeffree Star, which is why no one ever wants to buy their makeup, even though they have good products. But let me tell you what, I don't care about them. You know who's really getting a majority of their money? Is their workers who work for them, right? Because even though if you go, because people Google this stuff on the internet, right? It says their net worth, but most of that net worth is going through what the company brings them, but that's not really what they're bringing in after they've done paid out taxes, right? And what they paid out to the companies, they would then pay their co-workers, and what they've got to pile in for future shit to make future shit. Okay, that's the inside. Oh shoot, I've got 5 more bronzers to show you. One was sitting off to the side. I didn't notice it. Anyway, that's what I have to say about some of these controversy brands. I think the only one I won't buy from is James Charles. What is that guy still doing? That guy. He's the one you should be like, go over there. That guy should really be way over there, okay? The other people just have the normal drama, like Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star. They got the normal people drama that would be normal people drama if they weren't on camera, right? James Charles has the actual, what the frick, bro? Stop, you know? That shit. That's what I got to say on that. Okay? And see, and because I talk like that, that's why I'll never be a big YouTuber. Back to the bronze swatch. That's why I still buy Jaclyn Hill and Jeffree Star. And it's my money. I'll spend it how I want. I'm up in the labor shops. Look at that. It's so pretty. My cat's asleep. See how red my cheek is getting? It's from the looking at this ring light over here. Anyway, that's so nice and smooth. I love it. I need like a slightly smaller cream brush that's not like flared out. I need like a small one that doesn't have a flare for creams to get into my smaller containers, because that would still blend out my bronzer. I just need a smaller brush. So I'll show you one cream bronzer that was hiding. Is the ABH, their cream bronzer in the shade Golden Tan. I'll show you the insides too of my bronzer so you know what gets used, right? Like, look at that. You see that? Girl, I'll be using this stuff. Also, I like that this is glass. It's fancy. Here's show you the inside of this one. You see, I forget about this one. In my defense, it just rolls off to the side, and I don't think they'll just look for it. It's not my eyesight. Blends in. Right, ooh, this is super creamy too. Look at that. That blends out very nice. It's this one, if you can't tell. I need to wipe off my arm and hand again. This is another, I cannot make short videos to save my life. But I like giving you guys swatches on things. I give you swatches. The one video though that won't have swatches will be eyeshadow palettes. But when we get to the eyeshadow palette video though, I will have quite a few new palettes, but they all fit in my drawers, so kudos to me. Even though I did that big eyeshadow declutter, I still have so many eyeshadow palettes. So like, all I basically did was minimize my collection into my drawers, but still have a big collection. I can pack that stuff in. Tetris. I'm telling you, Tetris did good for me. Then we have Fenty Beauty, their cream bronzer in the shade 3 Macchiato. It says cheeks out. So, but the shade is Macchiato. I don't know why it says cheeks out. And she still looks so creamy on the inside too. Look at that dip. Look at that. It's beautiful. I love it. All right. And we have Huda Beauty. And this is the shade Fair. It's the Tantour, contour and bronze. I think the contour and bronzer are the same thing to me. I just don't sculpt out my face. I just bronze. So the bronzing, it gets the same thing done, okay? Here's what she looks like. I think this is cute packaging. Like, even Huda Beauty has hella scandal, okay? Huda Beauty can't keep herself out of scandal either. People who still buy it from her don't bat an eye. No one's boycotted her yet. Not really. She just doesn't say much. Jeffree Star don't shut up, and Jaclyn Hill don't shut up either. That's what keeps them in there, okay? That's their problem. We all have those friends that they get in trouble and they don't know how to keep their mouth shut. And we're all just standing there like that standing emoji with the eyes, looking at them like, you know what I mean? We all have those friends. I know we do. Here's the swatch. Let me blend it out. Look at that. They look like different shades, right? And then you blend it in, and you're like, dang, that kind of looks the same as the other one. Fair, right? Fair enough. Not bad. I think there's been like one truly bad bronzer I've tried, and that was a gel bronzer from KVD. That thing, it looks good just like a cream. If you use it as a cream and you don't try to put powder down, you're great, okay? But then as soon as I put powder down, game over, sir. Game over. We're done, man. We're going home. We're not walking out the house. I've tried it so many times, and I actually tried people's suggestions. Terrible. I gave it away to somebody else. Maybe they could use it. But my skin, and every way I tried, nope. I don't return makeup. I cut my L's and just call it an L. The next bronzer is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer, and I have the shade 1 Fair. And when I bought this, I thought it was a powder. I don't really swatch things in store because I'm just gonna walk around with hand swatches and one finger with a million swatches on it because I don't know where to find the stuff, and I don't really ask for the help to find the stuff because I feel like a ding dong. Because I've been in the same Sephora so many times, and I just cannot bring myself to be like, oh, let me go ask where these things are. But I'll let them show me where the products are so I can go buy the products. That makes no sense, right? I don't know. Anyway, here's the cream bronzer. Chaos over here. But I get some pretty good use out of this for buying an accidental cream bronzer. Here she is swatched. This light is so pretty on my skin. I love it. I also don't ever buy any like super dark bronzers or darker foundations when I need to, because I actively avoid the sun. Because a year or two ago I went out in the sun and I started getting heavy sunspots all through my face, which is not good really. I mean, it doesn't really mean too much, but sunspots aren't good. And I've had 2 people pass in my family from cancer. And I don't take any risk when it comes to those things, so I just actively avoid the sun. And I am half Native American, so I tan really well. I can go outside for 2 hours and come out like 2 skin tones deep than what I actually am. So which is why I stay tan all year round. It's great. So I actively avoid the sun like the plague. Yeah. So that's why I don't buy any foundations darker when I need them to be. I just buy my skin tone. And then bronzers, I just buy what I need just so you can see the little color on the skin. Yeah. But that's also how I've always done my foundation and my bronzers. But I will buy a darker setting powder though, and keep a kind of like, that Jaclyn Hill translucent setting powder. We all know that's not translucent, okay? I'm the victim here. You're probably a victim of that translucent powder. We know that lightens your stuff up by like 1 shade, okay? I'm way off topic over here, but I have a video up on how I do my base products to make it match my skin tone. If I buy something a shade off or something, you know, that's up somewhere on my channel. It's probably pretty easy to find. Anyway, so let me count the creams here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 14 creams. That's actually not too bad. That's better than I thought. I'm pretty proud of myself. Not too shabby. Let me see if I can get these all in here. Nice and orderly. Oh my gosh, I did. That was a pretty good collection video. Hopefully the sound is through. My heat is going because it's cold in here and I'm a cold person. Thanks for listening to me ramble. If you make it to the end, the only major thing you missed in my last video was I compared a couple palettes to some palettes. I have all my I put all my melt palettes together because I was explaining why I didn't have the other Gemini palette, because one of the shades, the shimmer shades, kept growing mold. And I'm a lucid dreamer, a very vivid lucid dreamer, meaning I am completely aware of what's going on in my dream, and it is not real, but sometimes I get lost in the sauce and it just blurs into reality, and I think I'm awake but I'm not awake, and so sometimes I don't get up in time or up with enough time to do my makeup. And that day, you seen the eyeshadow video, I thought I was up and then I wasn't up, so then I actually got up out of bed at 1:22, but that's not enough time for me. It could have been enough time, but I wasn't compromising with myself for the look I wanted to do. So because I'm stubborn and I want to compromise myself to a different eye look, yeah, I didn't do makeup that day, but then got sent home early, so then you got the eye look video. That's all you missed in my ramblings. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.